The Name of the Rose. There are some roses in the background to make the case. um, so, a fantastic novel. Indeed, it's a shame that Umberto Eco regretted he died without receiving a Nobel Prize for Literature, whereas Bob Dylan won it. So that's a strange choice, to say the least. He's the author of the famous novel, which caused a furore here and in other places. I remember how we did trade under communist books with difficulty because you couldn't find in the library or the bookshops anything that the censors didn't like, and then they didn't like anything, especially towards the end. So that was an event to try and find this and read it, because indeed it's a sophisticated original material, a novel which is both a captivating detective story, but also, and more importantly, philosophical and historical masterpiece. It deals with a serial killer in a monastery in the Middle Ages of all places, but then it involves the detective William of Baskerville, the Hound of Baskerville, Sean Connery in the movie, in debates over religious, philosophical matters. There's also Atzo, Christian Slater. I understand the actor has some serious trouble, but then who doesn't in Hollywood? But that's the reason why, I mean, we used to see him in this and some other movies when he was young, and now that he's middle-aged or more, I'm not even sure what his age is, but he's no longer in his 20s, that's for sure. He disappeared from, well, maybe he's in some of the myriad of series that have invaded Amazon, Netflix, HBO, you name it. So Sean Connery and the others, Michael Lonsdale, he's the abbot. That's a fabulous actor. Des Hommes de Dieu comes to mind, film in which he shined, and in so many others. And then there's also Abraham Murray. He comes in as an inquisitor, because there's also this figure coming, and there's a debate over what very interesting. What does the church need to do with the two main, more opinions of course, but two currents from what I remember. I've seen the movie some time ago and read the book, but then I decided to make this note now because I've seen there's no mark from yours truly on this issue, so it needs to be there. I mean, we can't have the audiences miss this, not in a million years. So there's a debate over what do they need to do. Do they need to follow the example of Christ and be simple, be in fact more than simple, austere and decent and poor, basically, or a tendency which we deplore in the world of today, at least here. Leader of the local Orthodox Church here is devilish, really. I mean, he's a paradigm for what the church stands against. The poor, what's that thing, will not pass through the tiniest hole to get to heaven. I mean, the poor, I'm sorry, the rich. Did I say the poor? The rich have a very little chance to reach heaven, from what I gather. So What does he do? The patriarch here. He's going around in a Maybach car. I mean, not just a top Mercedes. Well, it's somehow a brand in the Mercedes stable, but it's not a S-class Mercedes of, let's say, $100,000-$200,000. He goes for the one which is 500,000. I mean, that's inconceivable, to quote that guy from Princess Bride. It's devilish. That's hellish. So this debate is centuries old, because that's what they were debating then. There were some who indulged in if not luxury, perhaps that's the word, in fact, luxury for the age, and others who said, no, this is wrong. We have Christ was a the paradigm, the epitome of the decent, of the unselfish generosity, gave everything to the others, to the poor, and he didn't indulge in luxury. No, on the contrary. So anyway, it's that and so much more. And to end with, there's also Abraham Murray, winner of the Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role for Amadeus, where he competed with Tom Hulce, who played Amadeus. Murray was the unforgettable, spectacular Salieri.